Pipe Network presents.
Welcome to your unfiltered Tagalog Wrestling Podcast. This is the LTG Show Podcast.
Hey folks, my name is Rajiv Doreswamy and I'm the host of The Rajiv Show. Check out The Rajiv Show at The Rajiv Show both on Facebook and Instagram, and new episodes will be released every Wednesdays. Cheers folks, and stay safe.
Hey everyone! We are the 3am Avenue podcast series, ang hashtag Tropang Madaming Ebas.
Here to have genuine conversations about life, love, career, and many more.
Don't forget to search for us on Spotify. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at 3am Podcast Series to hear more about our Tropas Kwentuhans, adventures, and journey towards reaching our goals. See you, mga katropa!
FC
Hey, pal!
It's Friday, and you know what that means. Welcome to your unfiltered Tagalog Wrestling Podcast, and this is the MTG Show Podcast, a wrestling podcast. Actually, ano nung episode na to? Episode number 53? Say what? 53? Jesus Christ. Nakakalahati na pala tayo sa 100. And ewan ko kung di ako nagkamali. Ito na yung episode number 80 sa ating overall numbers. Kasi alam niyo naman may series din ako dito sa show na naka-break din. Di naman na sobrang break, but naka-break yun, silent. Alam niyo na ako bakit. Alamin niyo na lang soon pag nag-explain na ako sa nangyayari sa alam mo na, basta long story about the segment. So, for this week's pod, we're going to talk about, obviously, Double or Nothing. Supposedly, dapat Double or Nothing lang to eh. Kaso, there's a snubber knocker na hindi natin inaasahan from last night, from Wednesday night. Snubber knocker. Literal na blockbuster itong ginawa ng World Wrestling Entertainment o WWE na sobrang maraming nagulat and marami ring nagulat as in. And ako as a fan, syempre, it's either nakakagulat, nakakadismaya o sobrang laki ng panghihinayang ko doon sa mga wrestlers na na-release from their contracts. Plus, yun lang ang ating content for this week. So, apologies guys, mauurong ulit yung yung ating 5 takes kasi supposedly dapat every week we're going to have 5 takes, but promise ko talaga next week we're going to have 5 takes for next week. And wala naman tayong next week, 'di ba? And next week natin is a predictions lang for takeovers in your house. Yun lang ating attraction for next week. So, yeah, yun. Before we start the podcast, of course, I had to remind you guys na Pipe Marketplace is now open na nga pala. So, if you want to shop, if you want to eat, if you want to have a drawing, or to start a business habang ikaw ay nasa pandemic, o lahat tayo nasa pandemic. So, syempre, bisitahin nyo syempre ang Pipe Marketplace. Lahat nasa iisang site na yan. So, Pipe Marketplace is the place to be. So, for more details, syempre, bisitahin nyo lang si pipenetwork.co/marketplace. And kung gagamitin nyo naman yung code ko sa mga transactions dyan sa Pipe Marketplace, you can use my code TMTGSP. And yun na. Yun na yung basically the way to start your own thing, start your own business, start your own shit with Pipe Marketplace. So, yeah, that's Pipe Marketplace. Also, before we continue, malapit na nga pala ang 6/6, one of the biggest shopping sales ever in the Philippines this year. So, we have 6/6 ni Shopee. So, ayun, binago ko nga pala yung link ko for Shopee. Ayun, I had to remind you guys na this Sunday, 6/6, obviously, they're going to have the biggest show in GMA. Kasi hindi ako bayad dito, pero I had to endorse this show. So, there's a lot of stars na makikita natin dyan. Of course, host by the Shopee ambassador, Willie Villame. And then, sino-sino pa yung nandun. Treasure K-pop group, andun din. Si John Lloyd Cruz, andun din. So, it's gonna be a fun show live in Araneta Coliseum. Of course, walang tao. And if you want to shop on that day, please use my new link. So that's tinyurl.com/ShopeeXMTG show. Again, that's tinyurl.com/ShopeeXMTG show. So, yeah, let's start with this Labbernacker WWE release sa Mania from last night. So, yes, you heard that right, guys. We got a bunch of release talents from last 2 nights ago. So, they released, explain ko muna yung isa pa. So, si Tom Phillips was released from his contract then over the weekend. And then, just 2 days ago, Wednesday, they released a lot of wrestlers, especially yung mga wrestlers na nasa stories ngayon. So, they released Braun Strowman of Raw, Aleister Black of SmackDown, Ruby Riott of SmackDown, Lana of Raw, Santana Garrett of NXT. I'm not sure it's NXT or SmackDown. I'm not sure. And Buddy Murphy of SmackDown. So, they released all of them kasi si Braun mayroon tayong balita na they dropped Braun because of yung cost cutting. Kasi mataas masyado yung per year ni Braun. That's 1 million per year, I think, if I'm not mistaken. $1 million. Tama ba ako? Pero yun ang nabawasan natin sa mga dirt sheets. And I'm not sure it's accurate. Pero sige, Braun Strowman, bibigay muna ako ng thoughts ko lang. At least one word or one sentence para maka-move on tayo sa susunod natin main attraction. So, ayun, let's start with Braun. Si Braun, para sa akin, is the biggest here. Siya yung pinakamalaki na drop from the roster. Number 1, katapos lang ng program niya on WrestleMania Backlash. Number 2, wala na siyang ibang direction after that. Parang they drop the ball on Braun for real, damn it. And hindi ko maintindihan kung bakit isa siya sa mga na-release dito. Aside dun sa mga comments niya on independent wrestling. Yun ang isa sa mga hindi ko maintindihan. I don't know what's going on. And then, ayan, they got Aleister Black out. So, si Aleister naman sa akin, malaking din to, snubberknocker din to. Meron ding live noon last night si Aleister Black about his release. And sabi niya, sobrang saya niya daw. Hindi siya galit. Hindi siya galit syempre na. And naglo-look forward siya sa mga susunod na plano niya kung anong susunod sa kanya. And syempre, marami siyang pinasalamatan. Kung gusto niyo basahin lahat, basahin niyo na lang sa mga dirt shit. And syempre, ang dream match niya, syempre, he wants to see Andrade again. He wants to fight him again. And gusto niya mag-open ng wrestling school. Tapos, mayroon pa sinabi dito si Black na possible na manalo siya ng US title last year. Pero, wala daw kasing tao. Kaya, I think hindi nila ginawa yun. And also, may bago ng team, si Black, na supposedly magde-debut dapat this Saturday sa SmackDown during his feud versus Big E. Si Big E ata ang program niya ngayon. Ano? And yun lang wrap up natin about Aleister Black's live. And ako, masasabi ko lang talaga kay Black, sobrang sayang. They drop the ball on him, laki ng panghihinayang ko. And I wish na temporary lang to, makabalik halos sila lahat. Si Braun, si Black, si Riot, si Lana, halos lahat. Si Murphy din. I wish na makabalik siya. Si Garrett, I think, magbabalik siya sa Impact. If I'm not mistaken. Sana lang. So, move on tayo. Si Ruby Riot naman, tsaka si Lana, in just one fucking night, they dropped 2 tag teams again. Well done. Well done, WWE. Well done. You stupid bitches. Well done. Sounds disappointing to me, but well done. You just killed your own women's tag team division by that release. You dropped the ball on the women's division, and the only way to save it is to unify all tag titles. That's it. Wala akong nakikitang dahilan para bawasan nila ng bawasan yung tag teams nila and give it to Shayna and Nia. No offense to them, but it sounds stupid. It sounds stupid na they're letting, sa halip na i-focus nila yung, tama ba dito? Yung picture sa mga totoong tag teams. Ito yung kinakagalit ko rin last time. If I'm not mistaken. Ito rin yung pag-drop nila ng tag teams tapos magkakaroon sila ng mga makeshift tag teams. Sounds ridiculous, man. Seriously. Ito sabihin ko din pala. Gusto kong sabihin to eh. Wag kayong magtuturo ng kahit sinong talent na dahil sa isang talent na yon, they had to drop those fuckers. Ayan, dami ko nababasa na they drop all of them just for Eva Marie. It doesn't matter. But don't blame her. Eva Marie is just working her ass back. And despite na kinikriticize ko na agad siya dito sa show, doesn't parang ang dating sa akin is parang dahil ba sa isang tao kailangan nila mag-drop? No. No. Hindi. Hindi ko nakikita yung ganun na logic. Kasi hindi siya logical eh. Kung logical lang na magda-drop sila ng talent and they had to do this release over and over again, di parang wala na rin palang sa isa yung mga pagkukuha nila sa mga indie scenes, di ba? Ganun lang yun eh. Huwag silang magkakas ng talent if they're going to waste them. Right? Ganun lang yun. Ganun lang ang nakikita ko dun. So, ayun, balik tayo kay Ruby Riott tsaka kay Lana kasi napapalayo na ako po siya. Ang masasabi ko lang talaga, sobrang sayang. And just, si Riott, one of the legitimate tag teams sa division. Si Lana naman, siya yung parang pwede kong parang reality star na nag-improve on wrestling na hindi mo pwedeng ismulin lang dahil siya ay hindi pang wrestling. Yeah. So, yan lang. And then we got Santana Garrett. I don't know Di ako informed na Santana Garrett is in WWE na pala. Na offense, guys, but they're oriented on her. Sorry. Ayan. So, finally, si Murphy. Man. Another wasted talent. Sayang yung program nila last year. Sobrang pointless ng program nila last year. Yung kay Ray. Tsaka kay Aliyah. Sobrang pointless ng program nila na yun. Yun talaga naalala ko sa kanya. I wish na hindi siya dumaan sa ganun na bullshit. Sobrang pointless eh. Sobrang labo. Wait lang ka sa akin. So, ito na lang, predictions na lang kung saan sila pwedeng pulutin o saan sila pwedeng pumunta in the future since they have 90 days no compete clause. So, si Braun, to be honest, feeling ko babalik to. Temporary lang siguro na marirelease siya from his contract and he will come back. Si Braun kasi nakikita ko para siyang boss. Yes guy din to sa WWE. Kaya I don't think na dinarap siya na i-release na lang basta-basta. No. Ang nakikita ko sa kanya, babalik siya in the future. Malalaman na natin na Braun is back with a new contract na pala. Or kung hindi naman, siguro makikita natin siya sa AEW or Impact. And then, si Aleister Black, nakikita ko sa kanya, baka, wag niyong idadamay si Becca dito, si Thea Trinidad. Kasi hindi ko nakikita si Trinidad na pupunta siya ng other promotions. Kasi may bali-balita noon na si Thea Trinidad o si Zelina Vega sa WWE ay babalik ng company. And because of this release, I don't think na babalik pa siya. Hindi ko na iniisip na babalik pa siya sa promotion. And then, Ruby Riott, Lana. Si Lana, I wish na mag-improve, mag-train pa siya. Mag-improve pa din si Lana, for sure. There's a room for improvement sa lahat. And I wish Lana can train more para mas dominant na siya in the future. Or we can see Lana in AEW with Miro as a mouthpiece. Maganda rin malaking bagay yun. Si Ruby Riott, I want to see her in Impact, to be honest. Yun talaga nakikita ko. Si Garrett, Impact din na nakikita ko. Si Murphy, ewan ko, dami ko naiisip AEW, he can go to Impact, he can go to New Japan, or yun na nako-consider ko. MLW din, pwede. But, let's talk about Tom Phillips. Tom Phillips was dropped last weekend. And, unfortunately, hindi siya na-confirm. Hindi natin siya na-confirm sa promotion if, parang official na release yon. Hindi ko din sure if legitimate yung pag-drop sa kanya. But, sige, I'm going to give a commentary pa din. So, masasabi ko lang kay Tom Phillips. Tom Phillips is a great guy indeed. A better Michael Cole in my perspective. A better Corey Graves in my opinion. And improvement kaysa kay Josh Matthews. I will never forget that. Hindi ko makakalimutan yun si Josh Matthews. I swear to God. But, seriously, let's continue. Kung mag-over the background si Tom Phillips, gusto ko makita siya sa upcoming na show ng AEW, The Rampage. Yan. Malaking bagay sa kanya yan. Yun ang aabangan natin. The next few days or months, pwede na tayo maghulaan kung saan sila pupulutin lahat. Pero sige, let's move on. And then, we're going to talk about Double or Nothing in this remaining minutes of the episode. So, yeah. Before we continue, of course, Lazada is going to have a sale then on June 6 to 8. And then, makakuha kayo ng anim na vouchers, free shipping vouchers from them, and from me, of course, and then 90%, up to 90% off in selected items. So, if you want to shop on Lazada, please use my link. So that's tinyurl.com/ShopeeXMTG show. Again, that's tinyurl.com/Shopee. Ay, di, Lazada XMTG show. Yan. So, Shopee, Lazada, magkukumpit na naman sila sa sales. Bahala na sila sa buhay nila. Basta, as long as na lalagasin yung mga bulusan natin, we're good at it. So, let's talk about Double or Nothing na. Double or Nothing took place last weekend. And I want to say thank you to Kayfabe Cafe, our friends, broadcast friends, personally. One of my podcast friends sa community, because nagkaroon sila ng stream for the pay-per-view sa kanilang Discord. And isa ako sa mga nakapanood doon. So, thank you guys. Thank you from Kayfabe Cafe in behalf of myself. Kasi ako lang naman mag-isa dito. So, let's start the show with the kick-off or the buy-in match. Again guys, sabihin ko kayo lahat ng opinion ko dito is based from what I watched. Hindi ako manghuhula dito. Hindi ako manghuhula dito and hindi ako nanghuhula ever since. So, let's start. Serena Deeb versus Riho for the NWA Women's Championship. I guess na tama naman na decision, retain. And then we got a better match. We got a dominating match, of course. And yung improvement ni Serena Deeb, nakikita talaga natin. Yung dominance na nakikita natin dito. And I wish lang na mas dapat talaga inilipat nila to sa main card because mas maganda pa to sa ilang matches ng main card. Not to mention Cody versus Ogogo. Mamaya natin i-explain yun. Basta gusto ko talaga dapat talaga nasa main card talaga tong match na to. But well, wala tayo magagawa. Nangyari na. And the thing that I love here in this match is parang back and forth na action talaga. Opener pa lang. Pucha. We don't expect this. Hindi natin may expect to sa isang e-match. You know what I mean? Hindi natin may expect to sa isang WWE match. And hindi natin to makikita sa isang WWE match. If I want to recommend a match from the pay-per-view, isa to sa mga dapat nyong i-check. Itong Serena Deeb versus Riho match from buy-in. And then, so let's move on. We got Adam Page versus Brian Cage on the opener card of the show. So, para sa akin, Brian Cage versus Adam Page is di naman must watch, but I can say na isa sa mga matches na sobrang solid from start to finish. And ang medyo naguguluhan lang ako sa story ni Brian Cage dito. I'm not saying na masama, but medyo naguguluhan pa ako sa possible outcome nito. Ang alam ko kasing possible outcome nito is Brian Cage will quit Team Taz. Yan ang malinaw sa akin. Pero ang naiisip ko is baka mag-lead to sa it's either dissension or baka i-kick out ni Taz lahat ng members except ni Brian Cage. Ganun yung nakikita ko Or possible face turn ni Brian Cage. Everything is possible talaga. Lalo't AEW nagbubok ito. Yan lang nga sa akin. But we can say na if Adam Page is not the guy who will beat Kenny Omega for the championship, for sure madidismaya talaga ako. Malaking dismaya yung maasahan nyo sa akin if hindi siya yung guy who will beat Kenny Omega for the championship. And then let's move on to AEW Tag Team titles. So that's Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston versus Young Bucks. Ito yung tinutumbok ko from the preview, from the predictions episode. Dahil ba sa sapatos, kaya sila nag-feud? Dahil ba sa sapatos? Kasi sobrang labo na inakaw lang yung sapatos and then, wala! They got a match at Double or Nothing pay-per-view. Kasi sobrang, alam mo yun na, sobrang nonsense. Pero, doon na tayo sa match mismo. The match itself is the bomb. We know na magre-retain dito yung Bucks, although meron din akong naiisip na possible din na manalo dito sila Mox. But no, Young Bucks dominated the match. And ang problema lang talaga sa akin dito sa mga referees, gusto ko nang tiran to yung mga referees ng AEW, medyo, I'm not saying na terrible, pero parang nakikita ko na may times na nagiging one-sided sila. Especially the referee who officiate this AEW Tag Team Titles match. Ang naobserbahan ko, parang napaka one-sided noong match na yun. We all know na one-sided na nga yung match. Napaka-obvious na nga sa akin. And yung referee, dadagdag pa sa problema ng pagiging one-sided nitong laban na to. And ang lumabas sa ganon, sobrang labo Next time, kung gagawin yung obvious tong mga bullshit na to, please, wag sa pay-per-view. Save it for weekly shows. Kasi sobrang dami ng malalabong shots this year ang AEW. Number 1 is the March Revolution pay-per-view na yung Kuwaitis nyo on March. Sobrang regrettable nun, pucha. And hindi ko makakalimutan yung spot na yon. Dami ko nang nirant no March, kaya I'm not going to rant it here. Number 2, hindi ko din makakalimutan, of course, yung nangyari kay Sting. Yung grabing disaster noong, ay nako, Jesus Christ. I can't. And, yan, let's move on na lang. Baka di pa ako makapigil dito. Basta this match, Young Bucks versus Kingston and Moxley. The right man won, the right team won, but I wish na sana mag-improve talaga yung mga officials nila po dyan. Parang nakaka-irita. Nakaka-irita panoorin kung ganito ka walang hiya yung mga officials nila. I'm not saying it's bad, but mag-improve man. Improve. Lahat ng may improvement yan. But Jesus Christ, hindi na siya once nangyari. Hindi na siya twice nangyari. And, Jesus Christ. And, so let's move on to the Casino Battle Royale. So, we got Leo Rush. Siya yung Joker, but unfortunately, he got eliminated. And then, si Jungle Boy ang nanalo nitong Battle Royale. So, the right guy won again. Christian is a very good guy. Magaling si Christian. Sabihin natin. Christian is a very, 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 very good wrestler in his prime. And even ngayon. But, I can say na the right guy won, which is Jungle Boy. And despite the fact na makikita talaga natin na matalo si Jungle Boy. But at least, pwede kong sabihin na AEW can still establish a new talent. And at the same time, while their EVPs dominating the show or dominating the company, I can say na meron pa rin times si AEW na nakakagawa sila ng new stars sa pagkataon nila Sammy Guevara, nila Britt Baker, nila Orange Cassidy, si MJF, si Jungle Boy, si Darby Allin. There's a lot of stars. Brian Cage, Adam Page. See, doon pa lang sa mga names na yon, kita na natin na napakalaki ng future ng AEW. Trust me. If magtatagal sila ng 5-10 years, itong mga mukhang yan ang makikita natin sa top ng AEW. For sure. Yun ang nakikita natin. Yun. And then, let's move on to Cody Rhodes versus Anthony Ogogo, Battle of UK versus US. Unfortunately, ito yung isa sa mga match na natulugan ko ng live kasi alam ko na madedepress talaga ako sa laban na to. Kasi nung Friday pa lang, doon sa Dynamite, sobrang nade-depress na ako panoorin yung Dynamite segment nila na yun. Sobrang nade-depress talaga ako on that thing. And yung program na yun, sobrang forgettable. Parang lagi ko na naisip, is this Cody Rhodes versus self-awareness every time? When he compete on pay-per-view or he competes on Dynamite or when he does everything? O kung ano yung pinagagawa niya? Is this self-awareness versus Cody every time? Sobrang sobrang labo na every time he does everything, lumalabo ang sitwasyon ng AEW. Ito talaga sa akin. My take on this match, wrong guy won. Maling tao nanalo. Hindi naman siya i-dominate ng feud. Tapos siya pa ang nanalo. Just for the sake of the Memorial Day? Stupid. Sobrang alam na nga natin na matatalo na nga si Ogogo. But parang because of Cody, nabury na rin yung team nila Cutie Marshall. Everybody knows that. Na just because of that match, Ogogo and company just buried. And di ko talaga makakalimutan na itong match na to is a bullshit. Basta. Ang labo. Ayan. So, let's move on to the AEW Women's Championship. It's Hikaru Shida versus Britt Baker for the AEW Women's Championship. Ito, my take on this, the right woman won. Ito talaga yung pinakamalaki para sa akin na match for the women's side of things here in AEW natin. Alam natin na matatalo si Shida dito. But I want to give props on Shida kasi Shida nagawa niya na lahat for almost a year. Lahat ng hinawak niya sa kanyang palad yung buong AEW Women's Division. Hawak-hawak niya sa buong kamay niya. And Britt Baker is the only woman who will fall on that. Siya lang magpapatalo dyan. And yung kay Britt naman, on the other hand, long time coming tong win na to. But habang tumatagal, I can say na she deserves that victory. Indeed, siya yung isa sa mga woman na sa tingin ko talaga dapat talaga makatalo kay Shida para sa akin. And I can say na the right woman won talaga. And ewan ko, napansin nyo, pero possible dito yung face turn ni Shida ay ni Britt Baker on face turn talaga. Nakikita natin na magte-turn dito si Britt Baker as a baby face kasi malaking possible sa akin. And yun lang sa akin. The match itself is so good. Hindi ko rin pwedeng kalimutan tong laban na to, pucha. And despite the time na the duration of the match, nabigay nila lahat. Sobrang jam-packed. walang tapon, hindi mo mariregret panoorin tong match na to. And hindi mo siya malilimutan pa ulit-ulitin almost every time. Yun na nga sa akin. And then, let's move on to Darby Allin and Sting versus Ethan Page and si Scorpio Sky. Scorpio Sky. Yeah. I can say na just because of this match, nawala na ng credible si Ethan Page tsaka si Sky para sa akin. Hindi ko na makikita na relevant pa sila sa roster. I'm not saying na masama. But ang talo ay talo. Ang panalo ay panalo. And Sting and Darby, I'm not saying na I hate them, but dapat talaga sila Page and nanalo dito, not them. Kasi, pero pwede ko pa rin sabihin na Sting still got it. He still got it. At the age of 62, kanya pa din. He owned that ring and he owned that match. But, ang gusto ko lang iparating dito sa part na to, maling tao yung nanalo. Maling tag team yung nanalo talaga. On this pay-per-view. On this match. So, yun. Let's continue with the AEW Championship. So, that's Kenny Omega versus Orange Cassidy versus Pac. Again, I'm not going to say na the right guy won because it's very obvious. The right guy won. But the match itself is so good. Panoorin nyo na lang ulit kung hindi nyo ma-appreciate yung match na to, but sobrang ganda ng laban na to, back and forth. Parang alam nyo, hindi ko halos akalain na Orange Cassidy aabot siya sa punto na ganon kalakas yung pop sa kanya. Hindi ko akalain na aabot tayo sa punto na Orange Cassidy is very hyped up in this match rather than his opponents, hindi dahil sa face sila or sa face si Orange Cassidy, kundi dahil sobrang lakas niya talaga sa tao, lakas niya makaamat. Pero sige, sabihin natin na what if Orange Cassidy won that match? It's gonna be a disaster. It's gonna be a ridiculous disaster. Not because of his reign, but isang malaking disaster yon for AEW. I'm not saying hindi siya marketable, but sobrang laking disaster na nakikita ko on him. And then finally, the Stadium Stampede between the Pinnacle and the Inner Circle. Na ito yung takes ko dyan. Number 1, match-wise, mas maganda to kaysa last year. Mas mukha siyang hindi siya cinematic match. Unlike last year. Last year is a cinematic bullshit. Very obvious. Malaking improvement yung crowd, malaking improvement yung outcome nitong match na to. Sobrang laking improvement. And sobrang laking improvement din na hindi siya pre-tape. Na instead naging live match siya. Sobrang laking improvement nun. Number 2, yung mga spots during the match, especially the spears part, yung chairs, sobrang gustong-gusto ko yung part na yon. And then yung brawl nila, Jake Hager, tsaka ni, sino nga ba to? Si Wardlow. Sobrang ang ganda ng spot nila na yon. And then, yung sa bar din, pala nakalimutan ko, yung kay Conan. Sobrang solid nun, as in. Sobrang gaganda ng spots nila na yun. And ewan ko na lang kung ayawan niya pa. Ewan ko na lang kung ayawan niya pa to kumpara sa last year. Last year is a pretty good match. I mean, last year was a pretty good cinematic match. This year, It's a very good match. That's a difference. But, mukha pa rin siyang cinematic sa akin. Sa akin lang yan Mukha pa rin siyang cinematic para sa akin. Well, may take lang. Take ko lang yun. Mukha pa rin siyang cinematic match for me. And the end of the day, that's my opinion, after all. And I wish na tama naman yung decision. Inner Circle won, but nakikita ko pa din na magkakaroon pa ng isa pang grudge match between Pinnacle and Inner Circle. And then, pwede natin ma-take out si Jericho out of the equation. Ganun yung nakikita ko dito. So, yeah. That's it for our all Double or Nothing review. And speaking of Double or Nothing, munti ka na natin makalimutan si Mark Henry. So, my thoughts on Mark Henry? Man. Bitin ako doon. Sobrang ikli kasi ng appearance niya. Pero, ang in-announce ng AEW is mag-a-appear siya on Dynamite this Saturday. And doon natin malalaman yung mga detalye about him. And malinaw sa akin, magiging trainer siya for the roster plus analyst for Rampage na mag-take place on August sa TNT. Yun ang nakikita natin. Yun ang malinaw sa atin for that. So, bago natin ibigay yung scores natin for Double or Nothing, ibibigay ko muna yung thoughts ko about doon sa mga segments natin every Sunday sa Match of the Week, Superstar of the Week, and then yung Woman of the Week. So, let's start with the Superstar of the Week. It's definitely pwede talaga natin piliin. Kahit sino pwede natin piliin it's either Sammy Guevara, pwede rin natin piliin dito si Jungle Boy, pwede rin natin piliin dito si Cody. Charot. Pero ang malaking tama talaga sa akin dito is si Sammy Guevara. Sobrang ganda ng spots niya dito. Although na meron siyang isang spot na medyo na-miss niya ata during the match. But still nabawi niya yun. Plus, he got the one for the Inner Circle. Plus 1 yun para sa akin. So, that's why I gave him the award for the Superstar of the Week for this week. So, yan. Yan ang pick ko. So, Superstar of the Week is Sammy Guevara. Woman of the Week is obviously Britt Baker. Hindi na natin kailangan i-explain pa. Kasi sobrang ganda nung laban niya. Sa Double or Nothing, she deserves the win. And indeed, yung promo niya on Dynamite on Friday, sobrang boom. Dami na yan. And then, first time in the podcast history, we got 2 matches in the match of the week. So, number 1, we got the Inner Circle versus the Pinnacle match. Ito yung match na pwede nyong panoorin sa isang upuan at na hindi kayo mabibitin, hindi kayo mababagot. Kaya that's why I picked this one. Ang original pick ko kasi is Karrion Kross versus Finn Balor for the NXT Championship last Tuesday on NXT. And para sa akin, itong match na to is a very big improvement from the Stand and Deliver match because napaka one-sided ng match na yon. Ito, sobrang ganda. Wala, siguro match-wise, mas maganda tong sa NXT kumpara sa AEW. But why not? We can give it both naman, di ba? So, yeah. And then, bago tayo magpatuloy, so, Happy Pride Month nga pala, munti ko malimutan. So, the Pride Month, special stuff natin for top question siguro next week na natin pag-uusapan yun. So, for this week's top question, sa segment natin sa podcast, wala akong babasahin na comment muna. Pasensya, guys. But, sa tingin nyo, sino yung best tag team ever? So, ang dami kong naiisip habang sinusulat ko yung caption noong post natin for top questions. Ang daming pumapasok sa isip ko. Pwede pumasok sa isip ko yung Jesus Christ. DX. Pwede pumasok sa isip ko DX. Pwede rin Hardys. Pwede rin Team 3D. Pwede ding Edge and Christian. Ang dami eh. Pwede rin Usos. Hindi counted on New Day. Linawin ko, New Day is not counted on this one. Basta ito, sobrang hirap sagutin. Pero ako, pinaka-best ko talagang tag team para sa akin. DX talaga eh. One of the best tag teams, no doubt, is DX. Also, pwede ko rin mention yung kay Paul London tsaka kay Brian Kendrick. Sobrang underrated ng tag team nila ha. And then, current naman, no doubt, The Usos. Yun lang, The Usos. No doubt about it. And so, yun. We're going, ito, magrarant lang ako pala bago ako magpatuloy talaga. So, Monday Night Raw, meron siyang new commentator. So, we got Jimmy Smith, a former MMA fighter, now a commentator. Ang impression ko lang, sorry guys, ito, unahin ko na kayo ha. Hindi ako nanood ng buong Raw kasi I don't watch Raw. Pero, sobrang laking improvement ni Jimmy Smith kumpara kay Adnan Virk noong past 5, 6, 7 weeks. Mas better na to, mas maigi na to, but unfortunately, we got one of the lowest ratings sa Raw history. Very unfortunate, 1-4, 1-5 bata yan. Sobrang laking panginayang yun. Sana lang mag-improve pa sila in the next few days. Alisin na nila yung mga rematch na yan. And yun lang sa akin. Yun lang ang take ko on Jimmy Smith. I'm not going to criticize him big time kasi first week yan pa lang naman. And makikita pa natin yung improvements or siguro yung shit na pwede mangyari anytime. So, yeah. Yun lang sa akin. So, it's time to rate Double or Nothing pay-per-view na lagi kong ginagawa every time we're going to have a pay-per-view. And ito yung magiging basihan ko for the pay-per-view natin on December, yung ating special episode on December. So, ito yung scores natin. So, Serena Deeb versus Riho is 4 out of 5. Adam Page versus Brian Cage is 3 out of 5. Same as the AEW Tag Titles. The Casino Battle Royale, di ko na siya nirate, but the right guy won talaga. Yun talaga masasabi ko. And then, Cody Rhodes versus Anthony Ogogo, negative 100,000 over 5. Sorry. Sobrang laki talaga dismaya ko doon sa match na yun. And then, the AEW Women's Championship is 4 out of 5. Darby and Sting versus Paige and Sky, it's 2.5 out of 5. Sobrang laki ng panghihinayang ko sa build-up nitong feud na to. And then, AEW Championship is 4 out of 5. And the Stadium Stampede is, di ko na nirate. Kasi, naghahati-hati pa yung tingin ko dito sa match na to. Kung ito ba ay cinematic match or a match. Kasi, naghahati-hati pa talaga yung tingin ko sa match na to. So, kung i-rate ko siya siguro, i-rate ko siya as, siguro 4, 4.5 or 4, ganun. Pero the pay-per-view wise, I'm going to wrap this thing up. Malaking tulong yung crowd. Let's say that. Let's state the fact. Napakalaking tulong ng crowd. Lalo na ngayong maayos na halos sa US. And halos lahat mabalikan na lahat sa normal. Sobrang laking tulong ng crowd. Lalo na sa AEW. And I wish ganito rin yung atmosphere on July pag nakabalik na ang WWE sa road. Malaking tulong talaga ang crowd na to indeed. Some matches on the pay-per-view is pretty good. And may match din na medyo malabo. Parang wala akong direksyon na nakikita. Parang nonsense panoorin. And parang filler na lang sa paningin ko. And yung may mga flaws din dito, syempre sa pay-per-view. Diyan mawawala yun, flaws. Pero yung malaking flaws talaga nakita natin yun sa Cody versus Ogogo match. And doon sa Sting, sa part ni Sting tsaka ni Darby. the rest, regardless on the spots, sobrang ganda talaga. And if I'm going to rate the whole pay-per-view, I think papunta sa B plus or C. B plus or B plus to C. Ganun. Basta between. Ganun. Hindi ko sabihin na A. Kasi hindi siya perfectong pay-per-view for me. Yun lang. Yun lang talaga sa akin. So, yeah. That's it for this week's podcast episode. I want to say thank you for everyone who is supporting this podcast since day one. Babalik tayo sa regular programming on next week, Friday. As usual, doon pa rin tayo sa ating normal na oras, 10 a.m. Manila time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. And, yun. So, if you want to know more about the podcast, follow the podcast on all of the social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch at the MTG Show Pod. And then you can listen to the podcast every Fridays and sometimes Mondays on your favorite podcast platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcast, Anchor, Deezer, and Audible, on Amazon and other platforms anywhere as long as you can listen to the podcast. Please download the MTG Show Podcast app, still available on your mobile phones, on Android phones. Just search for the MTG Show Podcast. And then follow Pipe Network for more shows at Pipe Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. And visit pipenetwork.co for more shows, for more updates for our shows. And of course, syempre, bisitahin nyo din yung social media platforms ko at AJ Pinera on Twitter and Instagram. And, yan. Yun lang nga sa akin. And that's it for this week's podcast episode. We can talk about this anytime. So, yeah, stay safe. Stay Russo. See you on the next episode. And remember, here on Pipe Network, we are the podcast network by for podcasters by podcasters. Have a great day. See you on the next episode. Lagi ko talaga namamali ito. So again, ulitin ko na lang. The podcast network for podcasters by podcasters. See you on the next episode. Thank you guys. See you on the next. Thank you.